Good morning, Year 4, and welcome to your first online French lesson of this term. I hope you are as excited as I am because I've definitely missed teaching you French, and I've also missed Iyad always correcting me when I am not pronouncing it just as well. So Iyad, you can be watching this today and you can be still thinking of how I can pronounce those French words a bit better. So this term in French, we are still going to be revising what you would have learned in Year 3, because obviously you missed a little bit in Year 3. So we're going to make sure that you don't miss out on anything. And this term we are going to be learning about this phrase here. Does anyone think they have an idea, looking at the pictures, what that phrase might mean that we're learning? Okay, so this word gastronomy is actually an English word as well as a French word. And in English, we say it's the art of practicing, cooking and eating good food. So this term in French, we are going to be learning all about the French cuisine, what they eat in France. So having a look on today's this term's learning. So today we are on lesson 1 and we are going to be learning about how we say French words properly. So we're going to be reminding ourselves of how to pronounce the sounds correctly in those words to make sure our pronunciation is as good as it can be. You can also see that as we move through the term that our lessons progress more into looking about what the different types of food are that they eat in France. So I'm really excited to learn all of this with you and teach all of it to you as well. So just as a bit of retrieval practice, can you just pause the video and have a go and see if you can remember how to count from 1 to 10 in French, please? Off you go. Okay, did you remember all of the words? I hope you did, and I'm really proud of you if you did. So let's have a look then at the French words. So 1 is un, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So well done if you remembered those. Some more retrieval practice here then. So these are the phonemes and graphemes that you learnt about last term. And I want to see if you can remember what the sound is that is made. So can you identify the phoneme, so the sound, so saying it out loud, but also the grapheme, so those groups of letters that pair together or group together to make the sound, which correspond with each of these images. I am going to give you 5 minutes. Pause the video where you are and see if you can remember what the sound is and what the word is for each of these pictures, please. Pause the video and off you go. Okay, let's see if you were correct. So for number 1, the sound is, and we sometimes do this, don't we? Like a lady clicking something. And the grapheme that goes with this is that Q-U. The next one, can you remember this one? So something's on her shoe and she's going, And the grapheme to go with it is this E-U, Number 3. So this is a bit like a swan, the noise a swan makes. It comes from the back of your throat. It's quite tricky to make, but it's And the grapheme is I-N. Okay, this one, I'm sure you all remember this one. E, that's smile, E. Lovely. This one, number 5, let's have a look. Oh, it's saying that we cannot play it. Oh, it's working now. So this one is like you're gargling some water. And let's see what it looks like. It's just an R. Okay, this one. Wah. So baby crying, wah. And it looks a bit like O and an I. Wah. Not oi, the way that you know it. Wah. So, like if you don't hear someone the first time, you might say, as in you want them to repeat themselves, okay? And then finally, that like a snake, okay? And it's just an S, okay? So you might have been thinking about these questions on the right-hand side of my screen. So do you remember what's special about the letter H in French? And why do we have to be careful with the letters C, F, L and R? If you remembered, fantastic. We're going to remind ourselves of these at the end of the lesson. So keep thinking, what's special about the letter H and why do we need to be careful with the letters C, F, L and R? Okay, today we are going to be looking at some new phonemes and graphemes, and we're going to be thinking about the actions that go with them too, so that we can learn to identify them in words so that we can pronounce them correctly. Now, I know that when we were right at the start of our first term in year 4 that we did briefly look at these sounds. So hopefully this is more of a recap for you, but we didn't practice them in depth, so that's what we're going to do today. So this first one, ch, ch. So this is like someone is telling someone to be quiet. So let's have a look how it sounds. So it's shh, shh, made with this CH. Shh, shh. Okay. Once more time. And the next one. This one is like a car is racing past you and it goes zzz, zzz. Let's have a look. Okay, can you all do that? Fantastic. And the final one in this set that we're going to look at is a clown, and they are beeping the horn of the car. So when we hear that sound, if I just get it up here, on, I want you to pretend that you are beeping the horn of a car. Are you ready? On, on, on. One more time. Okay. And you can see that the grapheme is actually 3 types. It can be an AN grapheme, EN grapheme, or an ON grapheme. Okay. Now, those 3 sounds that we've just learnt, I am going to be testing you, giving you a little quiz on these in a moment. So just spend the next 5 seconds having a look at the picture, the grapheme, and also thinking about the sound. Okay. They are going to be off the screen in 3, 2, 1, and I want you to see if you can pause the video and for each of them do the action, say the sound and write the grapheme on a piece of paper. Okay, pause the video and we'll see how you get on in a moment. Off you go. Okay, let's see if you got them right then. So for number 1, it's this like a car is coming past you. For number 2, shh, shh. You're telling someone to be quiet. And number 3, lovely work if you got all those 3 correct. We are going to learn 3 more now. So the next one is this ooh, ooh. And when we do this one, I want you to do the action of a gorilla going like this, ooh, ooh, ooh. You may feel like you feel a bit silly, but so do I, and it's okay. We will be silly together. Okay, ready? Ooh, 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 ooh. Well done. The next one, you can probably guess what this one is, and this one is zzz. So I want you to be a bumblebee that's flying. Zzz, zzz. Fantastic. Zzz. Lovely. And the final one that we're going to look at today is E. So it's not an E and it's not an E. It's a E. E. And it's kind of like we spoke about in one of our previous lessons year 4, where a waiter, or you're trying to get a waiter's attention in France and you're kind of putting your fingers up and you're going E, E, E. Fantastic. One more time. E. E. Fantastic. Same again then. 5 seconds to look at the image, think about the action, look at the grapheme, what letters or letter put together to make that phoneme, that sound. Pause the video. Don't pause the video yet actually. Think about it and they're coming off the screen in 3, 2, 1. And okay, now have a go at practicing the action. Write down the grapheme, say the phoneme. Off you go. Pause the video now, please. Okay, let's see how you got on. So number 1, it's that ooh, ooh. You pretend to be a gorilla. O-U, ooh, ooh. Number 2, zzz, zzz, zzz. And number 3, A, A. Not an E, not an A, A. Okay, fantastic year 4. Okay, this is going to be on your worksheet for today, so we're going to skip past this. And skip past all of them. Ooh. E. Okay, so this is what we wanted to go on to now. Some of these you haven't seen before, but some of them you have seen before. Now I want you to just spend around about 5 or 6 minutes thinking, oh, I can see this image. Can I remember the sound? Can I remember the grapheme? So can I remember the phoneme and can I remember the grapheme? Pause the video now and have a go, please. Okay, let's go through some of them if they're working. Okay, so there's eating the apple, lovely. Next one, we know this one, it's that we know this one too very well. Lovely. Shh. Shh. Oh, have you seen this one before? Oh, it's a like you're hitting the tennis racket. Well, we know this one. We learnt this one today. Do you remember what it is? A. I can hear some of you saying along with me. So well done. Say it along with me. It will help you practice it, okay? This one. There's something on my shoe. What's this one, I wonder? Because this is quite similar to our but it's not the same. G. It's a g. And then we've got our j. Lovely. We know this one, it's our E. Do we know this one? We know this one too. Wa. Lovely. If there's a bad smell, you might go ooh. Yeah. Like an aeroplane flying. And finally, air. Okay, so I asked you just at the start of today, if you remember, what is so special about the H at the start of a French word. Now, at the start of a French word, the H, if there's a H sound at the start or a H letter, it's always silent. That means the French do not pronounce that H, okay? So we do not pronounce any H's at the start of the word. And it also asked you about C, F, L and R. Now these French consonants at the end of the words are always silent apart from C, F, L and R. So every other consonant is a silent pronunciation apart from if there's a C, an F, an L or an R at the end of it. And we can remember this by thinking of the acronym Clear French Language Rules. So we're saying Clear French Language Rules. Say it with me. Clear French Language Rules. Fantastic. Fantastic. So the letter at the start of each of those words represents the letter that are not silent, but all of the other consonants are. Well done, Year 4. Okay. Okay, I think you have done some excellent listening today. There will be a worksheet attached in the resource section for you to have a go at. In the meantime, you might want to just pause this video where it is now and start practicing and see if you can remember any of the sounds that we have learnt today or any of the sounds that we have recapped from what you already know. Because the better you are at pronouncing these sounds, the better you are at becoming really fluent in French to really understand how to pronounce them, okay? Right, Year 4, thank you so much for listening and I will see you in our next lesson. Goodbye, Year 4.